where I'm going to be removing this lighting kit I put in the Super Star Destroyer a couple months ago. And I guess first off, I should explain why I'm removing it. And that's really just because, first off, the pieces get kind of pushed out and it looks weird. Second off, it's harder to display with this battery box thing here. So that's not necessarily fun to deal with. And also, if you turn it on, it makes the set look really blue. Like, it's harder to see on camera. But trust me, in real life, it just looks really weird. So that's the main reason. So yeah, I'm just gonna remove this lighting kit. I'm a little sad, but first off, I need this battery box for something else. Second off, those LEDs I think I can use for some stop motions. So yeah, just remember to like the stream, I guess, if you want to, and talk in the chat if you want to, because eventually I'm gonna run out of things to say. So yeah, just please talk in the chat, because I'm gonna run out of things to say eventually. But yeah. Thankfully, I've got the instruction manual right here, so I guess just start at the back. So, yeah, so I'll just kind of be talking, and you can watch me do this, so have fun. Okay, so I need to remove these little Star Destroyers first. Wow, I've already run out of things to say. Okay. Wow. So I guess just remove these strips. It's probably the best thing you can do. And again, feel free to type in the chat, just so I can have something to talk about and don't just sit here awkwardly. Hello to anybody new to the stream. I'll be removing this lighting kit. Okay, we got the first part of the Star Destroyer done. Now I just need to remove all of these wires. It's funny, this took me 2 weeks to put in. Now I'm just... Oh, that probably should not have come out. It took me 2 weeks to put all this stuff together because I lost stuff and a whole bunch of other stuff happened over time, so... did you like building the set? Yeah, it was a really fun build, and it is the only like MIDI scale set that I do own. So that's pro to it, and it is definitely my favorite MIDI scale set. This piece popped out, and I'm trying to figure out where it goes. There it is. Yeah, it's much more complicated to put in because I have to be very precise with it compared to taking it out, because it's much harder to do that because, you know, you want to make sure all the wires get put in the right spot. It's been a while since I've done my last live stream, you know, it was 8 months ago, or at least that's what the analytics say. The lighting kit did come with this extra piece, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it now. Oh, that probably should not have happened. Okay. Don't think I lost anything, so that's good. I'm going to try to keep this thing on camera while I try to fix it. So, how's all of your guys' day been? Mine's been fine. Okay. Oh, one of the thrusters got disconnected. It's connected to the wire, so it won't fall. Lift this piece up just so I can remove this second part. Do I recommend lighting kits on sets? It depends on what set, honestly, because it just really depends. Like, for like a big UCS set, most likely, but for something like a microfighter, definitely not. Again, but it just really depends on the size of the set. And it also depends on like the color of the set, and like so because that can really help or not help a certain build or not. This is much easier to do since my last couple of live streams, because now I don't have to sit in a super small and uncomfortable chair. So that's nice. That seemed important. Oh, there's that stud I was looking for. Okay, I think I need to disconnect this. Oh yeah, this part right here, getting all of that stuff in there, that was definitely the hardest part of putting this thing in. And depends on if I need to use a brick separator on how hard it'll be taking out. Oh, that was easy. Every now and again, I am going to need to check the instructions just to see what I need to do. Oh, I was looking at it upside down. See, in the instructions, they have like a brick to be able to compare like the size of like the LEDs you need, but they don't include a brick, so you just have to kind of wing it with that. So that wasn't necessarily a fun part of building the set. Putting it in, I guess, but yeah. Okay. Also, while putting this thing in, they made me remove some pieces, so hopefully I can find them. Oh, that's probably not supposed to come out. Okay, good. We got most of that stuff disconnected. Oh, this probably wasn't supposed to get disconnected. Okay. Okay. Forgot the thrusters are connected, so yeah, so this thing will just look like a mess for a little bit, but I'm alone with here. Well, my dog's in here, but I doubt he cares what a Lego set looks like, so that's convenient. Oh. So are you guys looking forward to any of the summer sets this year? Personally, I'm really looking forward to the Turbo Tank. Although I do think it will be a heavily flawed set, I do think it'll end up being good if you ignore the price range. I got this on Amazon. Well, it was a gift, but the person who got it for me got it on Amazon. Okay, now it just looks like I need to get to thrusters now, so that probably will be pretty tough to do. We're starting to get some more viewers, so that's good. So a while ago, I had a comment, and it was on one of those like Lego leaks, and it started to make me wonder who's taking those pictures, and how do they end up being so low quality, or only ending up getting the some parts of them. So I just think that's odd. Am I excited for the summer sets? Yeah, I'd say so. Not all of them, but I'm really looking forward to the Clone Wars sets. Um, I do think it's kind of weird that there's no original trilogy sets this summer, though. Or, well, no, there's that Wicked set. But, I mean, who's realistically going to be buying a buildable Ewok that's for like $100? But, yeah, I do think this will be a good summer wave. I just do think it's dumb that it's split up across 3 separate months. Because the June wave really should have come out in January, and the July wave should have come out in August with the other sets. So I do think that was pretty stupid. Only goes in, but I see what they're doing, trying to get more people to buy theirs, buy the sets. So I'm willing to look past it. But yeah, one of the things whenever you like start to really get into the Lego community that I do think is kind of funny is the just all of the different like lighting and custom companies, because there's so many ones. There's like Bricksmax that made this lighting kit that I'm taking out right now. Light My Bricks. There's other ones probably. Then there's all those custom companies. So do you think that's kind of odd? Hi. One of the harder parts of doing all of this stuff is with a camera and phone in your face and trying to get it angled right so people stay interested. So that's always fun. Oh. whenever I record my videos, my dog is usually in the room with me. So if he does understand, does he think that I'm talking to myself? I'm just curious what he thinks while I'm recording my videos. He's a golden doodle. He's probably 5 years old. He's a rescue, so we don't know how old he is. Oh, but I can't. My dog just pushed his head up against the wall and made a funny noise. This definitely did not take as long as I thought it would. Okay, I think I got all the LEDs out, but now I just got to put everything back to the way it was beforehand. The UCS Death Star, what do I think of it? I'm very interested to see it, although I heavily doubt that I will be getting it, although I do want it. It's just, $1,000 is a lot of money, and definitely not something I could afford. Okay, there we go. Need to figure that out. Got it back on its stand. And I just need to get back to the instruction manual. Now I need to take it off the stand. Oh, random spike in viewership. Not complaining though. Yeah. Did I get the Jango Fett ship? Yes. Here's the Jango Fett figure. So, that's pretty cool. Okay, I think I got everything down here back to normal. Now I just need to fix the actual body of the ship. Okay. Actually, funnily enough, that Jango Fett ship was my first ever UCS set. So, that was exciting. I do have the 2019 Tantive 4, but that's technically not a UCS set. It's just a really big ship. big playset, I guess. Okay, I think this goes in here. Okay. So I'm just gonna pretend I know what I'm doing here. Okay, I think that's right. I do like these like little Easter eggs that they do inside the ships. I think those are fun. Have to check the really blurry images in the instructions for something. Well, they're not like terribly blurry to the point where like you can't see it, but like if you look real close, it's blurry. Trying to figure out where this piece right here goes. I'll figure it out later. Hopefully it's not in the interior of the ship and is somewhere on the exterior. And I'll just go ahead and put all these LEDs on the floor now. Now, they do make you take out a couple of pieces for the set, but thankfully I have what is known as the conveniently placed plastic bag that has the pieces in there, so that's good. Now I just need to fish all these pieces out. Another reason I decided to remove this lighting kit is because where I have it on my display is really hard to reach, and to turn it on, it makes it really difficult, so that was another reason. I'm going to try to do more live streams this summer, but that's not a promise, that's more of a goal. Okay. Okay, we got all those pieces in. always forget how hard it is to think of things to say while in the middle of a live stream. Oh, crap baskets. I needed 2 of these pieces and I only have 1, so thankfully it's nothing major, but no, still sucks. Yeah, okay. I just need to get this connected. Switch this around. One of my biggest fears as a YouTuber is to get recognized somehow, and somebody will think that I'm like rude or condescending when I'm just socially awkward. So that's a big concern of mine. But I can always make one of those cringe apology videos. This did not take as long as I thought it would, so that's good. Cool. So now I got that lighting kit removed. So that's one less thing I have to do. Now I need to put all these LEDs away. Probably just heard my dog yawn very loudly and dramatically. Thankfully I have these bags still. I got this minifigure earlier today, so that's pretty cool. So now I just need one more figure to complete the Marvel CMF series. So very happy about that. Before the next one comes out, then the cycle continues. I always have like one figure from the CMF series I can never find. I do collect other themes, just not as much as Star Wars. I collect a lot of Marvel, or at least I used to collect a lot of Marvel, but their sets have just been kind of lacking recently. But I do still am a big fan of that, and I'm a big fan of the movies still, somehow. And I also collect Lego Ninjago. It's one of, if not Lego's biggest original themes, and it's definitely my favorite non-licensed theme. I made a video about this a while back, but I have a Darth Vader on every shelf in my room except for one. Because that's just a random goal of mine, is to put a Darth Vader on every shelf for some reason. So that's a fun thing to do. Man, these things are hard to remove. If I remember correctly, they were hard to put in too. LEDs just keep falling. But yeah, that was fun. you guys just saw the top of my head, so thankfully my sig figs already revealed what that looks like, so it's not that bad. For me, at least. So yeah, I'm just gonna check the past of the stream and see if my face was somewhere in the background and if I need to end the stream immediately. Okay, nothing terrible, just something I would prefer not to have had there, but not much I can do about that. Hi, Micro Animations. Welcome to the stream. Wow, there's so... something so small would be so hard to do. So if you guys don't know, I have a second channel, and there's some pretty cool stuff coming up on that channel, so stay tuned for that if you're a Marvel fan. Okay. More LEDs fell, but I'm not going to pick them up till the stream's over. Learn my lesson with that. But, yeah. There's like a One Piece that's look interesting. I don't know if I'll get any of them. There's one that I'd want, but it's like $50, and I'm not gonna spend $50 on a set from a show that I've never even seen. So, but yeah, if they did like a $20 set, I'd get that and do something with it. But yeah, I guess I'm done with this. This took not as long as I expected it to, and it definitely did not feel as long as I thought it would take. But yeah, it was fun to do another live stream after 8 months, and I'll try to do more as time goes on. But again, that's not a promise. it's more of a goal. So yeah, thank you to everybody who's watched the stream so far, and if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. And again, just thank you so much for watching.